Mr. Beast is most well known for his viral YouTube videos, specifically his Squid Games video, which got over 400 million views. He is now the most subscribed to channel, surpassing PewDiePie with 166 million subscribers. And the post that I'm making this video about got over 5 million likes on Instagram and over 500,000 likes on YouTube. It was when he went from obese to Mr. I Am a Beast. We're going to unpack what Mr. Beast has achieved in only 1 year and how we can learn from him to achieve our own transformation. Woke up and realized I was obese, so I started lifting and walking 12,500 steps a day. Still got a long way to being yoked, but I'm happy with my progress so far. Also, if I'm not actually jacked out of my mind in a year, it's 100% at Paris_Coltsass fault. I just do what he says, haha. If we break down what Mr. Beast just said, there's 4 points to him achieving the successful transformation that he did. The first thing that Mr. Beast had was a moment of realization. He woke up and realized he was obese, and that triggered him to take action.
I was really fat. I was just so laser focused on the channel. And I just realized one day, I was like, I have not been working out or taking care of myself or anything.
For some people, it's a heart attack in the hospital. For some people, it's a blood test from the GP. For some people, it's their kid saying to them, why can't you keep up with me, Dad? And although we don't always need a moment of realization to be like, man, I'm a bit fat at the moment, we often do require them because or else things are too good. So if you're struggling to find motivation for your body transformation, you don't have to get obese. You don't have to have a heart attack. You don't have to have bad blood results coming back to you from the GP. Just think about your life. What do you want to change? If it's your body, why do you want to change your body? Is it because of your kids? Is it because of your family? Is it because of your longevity? Really dig deep and find that. That goal is like an anchor to keep you accountable to what you want to achieve. The second thing is that Mr. Beast had a plan of action, and he did this by hiring his coach, and his coach has told him to lift weights and to get 12,500 steps per day. Firstly, lifting is a great idea, especially when you're trying to lose fat. There's a study that shows that diet alone is not as effective when diet is paired with exercise for long-term weight loss. So if you are trying to lose weight and drop your body fat, don't just diet. Diet plus exercise, and diet plus lifting weights is going to help you maintain your muscle mass as you drop your body fat and help you transform your body. I love that Mr. Beast is going for a step target as well.
I do 15,000 steps a day, so it's like...
Steps are one of the most underrated fat loss components that we can utilize to help drop body fat. Steps make up a portion of the amount of calories that we burn throughout the day. This is called our calorie expenditure, and that's divided up into 4 components. We have our basal metabolic rate, our non-planned exercise activity thermogenesis or NEAT levels, we have our thermic effect of food or TEF, and we also have our exercise activity thermogenesis or our EAT levels. Our basal metabolic rate is made up of our age, our height, our weight, and our sex, so we can't really change that too much. But what we can manipulate more strongly is our NEAT levels, our EAT levels, and our thermic effect of food. Of the controllable factors with our calorie expenditure, our NEAT levels are the biggest component, and that's why steps are so important. It's not very hardcore. It's not very cool to say, hey man, I get 15,000 steps a day. It's not as cool as saying that you deadlifted 250 kilos or you bench pressed 200 kilos. That's way cooler. That's way alpha male. That's way sexier. I get it. But it's underrated because steps don't really feel like you're doing cardio. Steps aren't really that tiring, and it's something that you can do throughout the day. Mr. Beast says that he literally takes phone calls while he does the steps so he can be more effective.
Well, the steps, I take phone calls while I do it, but...
What I like to do is do my steps and reply to DMs and edit videos because I'm doing 2 things at once. It's a very practical thing. You can also do things like take the stairs instead of the elevator. When you get onto the escalator, you can keep walking instead of getting on it and stopping. I've never really understood that. You could also get off the bus 1 stop earlier and get in some extra steps that way. Any way that we can increase our steps is going to help us burn more calories throughout the day, which is going to pay into that calorie deficit and help you drop body fat. The third thing that Mr. Beast has done is actually executed. He's done what he said he would do. He's trained every session that he's needed to, and he's done his steps every single day.
So that was almost a year ago. We've worked out every day since.
He's got every excuse in the books not to be able to do his workouts. He's making main channel videos which take up hours of his time, millions of dollars. He's got employees, he's got staff, he's got businesses, he's got Feastables, and then he's got 3 other channels like the Reacts, the gaming, and the philanthropy channel, and he's also got a backup channel as well. So he's got a lot to do. He's even got a girlfriend, which is a relatively new thing for him. They even talked about him getting married in this podcast, which I think is still a ways away, but he's got a lot going on in his life. He often reaches burnout, watches anime, and then he's back into it. Like, he is always go, 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 go. He was way busier before he was actually engaging in fitness and trying to transform his body. And he kind of summarized that in the short term, he's not less stressed. His life isn't really that different. He said it's more of an inconvenience, like it takes up an hour and a half of his time every day, which he could usually contribute to doing main channel videos or working on Feastables. But in the long term, it's probably better, and I totally agree with him.
Right now, in the short term, I'd probably upload more and get more done if I didn't work out, to be honest. I mean, it's like an hour and a half every day, and then the food, and I do 15,000 steps a day, so it's like, all that is very freaking time consuming. But I think in the long run, yes, it'll pay off.
Being obese is not the optimal way to live, and I think that he'll see that he can actually perform better in the future. The third step is such a key element to the 4-step process of setting a goal and achieving it and actually pulling it off, because execution is like the thing. It's the thing. If you're a YouTuber, it's uploading. If you're a chef, it's cooking. If you're a cyclist, it's getting on the bike and cycling. And often in fitness, we're like, let's go. And we do execute, but it only lasts 2 or 3 weeks because it's unsustainable, the approach. The calories are too low, the workouts are too hard, the sleep is too low. And one thing that I love is that Mr. Beast has been able to sustain whatever he's been doing for over 1 year now. And that's massive. People can't even stick to a diet for longer than 2 to 3 weeks. People can't even stick to a workout program for longer than a month. It's really important that yes, you do what you say you're going to do, but you choose a sustainable way of doing it. I'm not trying to say you can't train hardcore. You can train as hard as you want. But if you're not going to stick to the program, there's no real point starting it, because you're just going to give up in 2 or 3 weeks and be back at the same spot that you started at. The fourth point to this process that he's really nailed is commitment and accountability. He has a coach, so he's committed to his coach. And often that comes with a financial commitment. Obviously, Mr. Beast has all the resources in the world to pay his personal trainer and buy the food that he needs to, set up a gym in his workspace.
Being in the gym this morning was awesome. Like, you built like a really cool compound here.
Thank you.
The point is that he's made a commitment, and often when you make a financial commitment, it can really help you keep pushing when it gets hard because you have skin in the game. That's what I experienced being a personal trainer. When my clients actually started paying me, they were more frequent in the gym. They were more frequent with their follow-ups with me because they were invested into the process. He also had a public accountability and a contract actually to Airrack.
So me and Airrack, another YouTuber, we signed a contract where we'd work out every day, and if we didn't, we'd get a tattoo of each other. And like, you're okay to have a day off if it's like actual part of your program, so occasionally have rest days, but for the most part, the last 310 days, me and him have worked out every single day, and we've held each other accountable, and it's been awesome. Eric is looking yoked. Yeah, you can throw a photo of him up because he was already pretty lean, and so he was just stacking muscle. Up to this point, I've just been losing fat, so it's a lot harder to just put on muscle when you're losing fat, but it's been fun.
The main thing that I love about Mr. Beast's body transformation is not only the fact that he's transformed his own body and life, but he has millions of people within his reach, like his audience, millions. The comments and the love that he's been shown has just been outstanding. I was just reading the comments and people are like, yeah man, like I'm struggling, or yeah man, I've lost 20 kgs, let's go, let's keep going. His before photo is not that far away from the average person in America. And I'm not trying to say that everyone is overweight in America, but the number of the overweight population in America is growing. Obesity is growing. So it's inspiring to see that someone so busy, someone so fixated on YouTube and running businesses actually has the time to commit, and he's getting results. I hope that this inspires you as much as it's inspired everyone else in the comments, and I can't wait to see how yoked he looks in 1 year. If Mr. Beast's transformation has inspired you to take action, but you haven't been to the gym in over 6 months or maybe even 2 years, then make sure you watch this video, because I made this during the pandemic to help you check off everything that you need to check off when you're getting back into the gym and what to think about. This is really going to help you.